I'm Cam, and today, today, I just want to talk about horror movies. If you're wondering what my costume is today, well, I had my daughter paint my face, and she said that I am a rainbow draft tiger. So that's what I am today, a rainbow draft tiger, which is pretty creative. Maybe next year I'll make an actual costume of a rainbow draft tiger. That would be cool. But yeah, today I just want to talk about horror movies because it is probably my favorite genre. Things that just go bump in the night. There's three categories that I want to talk about today. First one, a couple movies that I picked up recently from the dollar store. Second is movies that have surprised me in the last year or in the last couple of years. Movies that I didn't expect to enjoy. And number three is why I like horror movies. So, first, movies that I picked up recently from the dollar store is The Fog, John Carpenter's The Fog. I love this movie. It just, when I first saw it, I felt giddy, I guess. There's something about it that makes me feel good about it. And I'm not talking about the remake with Tom Welling and Meg Grace. Is that her name? I don't know what her name is. That one sucked. I didn't like that one. My wife liked it because Tom Welling's in it. But the original, John Carpenter's The Fog, with Jamie Lee Curtis in it. I don't know what it... there's something about it that I just really enjoy. The other one is The Fly 2, Collector's Edition. It's The Fly 2. I don't know if I've watched the whole movie. I've definitely watched the first half hour to an hour, and a lot of it is filmed at SFU, where I went to school for criminology, and because of that, it kind of has a special place in my mind, in my heart. It has a special place in my heart. But seriously, it was kind of cool to see the school that I went to, the place that I walked for 7 years. It shouldn't have taken 7 years, but it did. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see it because every time that I drove up to the school, it reminded me of a mad scientist building, and it was kind of cool that they kind of did that. It was also in Underworld, not the last one, but the one before that. It was in an episode of Millennium, and The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves. I believe it was in that one. Yeah, I've always thought that it would be a perfect mad scientist government building type of thing in a movie, and they used that for The Fly 2. So I bought that. I'm looking forward to watching it again, hopefully watching the whole thing if I haven't seen the whole thing. I prefer Fly 1, I will tell you that, and I'm not talking the original Fly. I'm talking with Jeff Goldblum. But yeah, so that's the movies that I picked up recently. And so the second category was, what was it? Movies that surprised me. First, this one surprised the hell out of me. It Follows. This movie scared the shit out of me. I'm not joking. The idea, like, when I first heard about it, I was like, that's just dumb. And then I watched it. And I remember falling asleep. The first time I watched it, I fell asleep, and I woke up during this part, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I turned it off. So then I had to watch it again, and I'm glad I did, because I love that movie. I recommend that movie. It creeps the shit out of me. Something walking towards you, and you don't know that it's evil. That scares the crap out of me. I work really early in the morning. Not that early, but it's always dark when I leave the house. And when I get into the car and I adjust the rear view mirror, my mind always thinks that something is going to be walking slowly towards me. It's just something in my mind. But I love that movie. That movie, hands down, great movie. Something that just came out recently, The Babysitter. Now, is this really that much of a horror movie? I don't know, but it takes me back to great. Let's put it in the category of horror. I mean, there's offshoots of horror. I would put thriller sometimes into horror, but yeah, The Babysitter. It just reminded me of movies of when I was a kid, when the kid was the hero, and it was a good movie. I highly recommend The Babysitter on Netflix. What other movies surprised me? There is a movie that surprised me in a bad way, and that is Cult of Chucky. I know you'd be like, what? Cult of Chucky surprised you that it was bad? It did surprise me, because Curse of Chucky was actually, it looked like it was heading back into the right direction. I love Bride of Chucky, hate Seed of Chucky, and then I felt Curse of Chucky was back on the right track. And then they did Cult of Chucky, which started off really good, and then disappointed me. I mean, I'll talk more about it in the third category, but it definitely disappointed me. You're Next. That one was a great surprise to me. I had heard good things about it, or I had read good things about it, but that one, it just surprised me in this one aspect. And again, this is something about why I love horror movies, which is the next topic. But You're Next, I highly recommend that one, which also leads into The Green Room, which yeah, I like that one. That one's good, with Anton Yelchin. It's too bad he's gone, because he's a great actor, and that movie was pretty damn good. What else can I say that I was surprised by? You know what? Screw it. Let's just get on to the next topic, because this is the whole reason that I love Halloween, and that is why I love horror movies. I absolutely love horror movies. When you look at my DVD collection / Blu-ray collection, the biggest section, besides Disney now, because we got a kid, is the horror section. Because I can just pick up terrible horror movies and I can watch them and still enjoy them. So I guess that means that there's like two categories of why I like horror movies. They're just fun to watch. That is like the main reason. It's fun to get scared, and it's fun to laugh at the stupidity of a bunch of sharks in a tornado. I would put Sharknado in a horror movie just because of, I don't know why I would put, would you put that in whatever, it doesn't matter. But the main reason that I like horror movies is I love watching the bad guy get it in the end. I do. I seriously love watching the bad guy get it in the end. So going back to Cult of Chucky, I love Chucky, and I love watching him wreak havoc throughout the movie. I love it. I love watching him just destroy people that you sometimes feel bad about him killing, and then sometimes you feel like they kind of deserve it. Like that teacher. Did she really deserve it? I don't know. I'm talking Child's Play too. But I love watching him do that, but then at the very end, I like seeing him get it in the end. I love seeing Andy destroy him, you know, and being thrown into the fire. Was that his mom who threw him in the fire? It doesn't matter. I just like seeing the bad guy lose when it comes to the end of the movie. Whether or not, you know, he does one of those pop-up scares and it's like, ah! I still like seeing the bad guy get it in the end. Like with every Friday the 13th movie, love watching those movies because you see the terror and then somehow, some way, Jason gets it. He gets what's coming to him. It's nice to see someone come out on top that's not the bad guy. I want to see the good guy come out on top, and this is why I love You're Next. And it's actually kind of the category of horror movies. I would put this into their own categories. The category of movies that I love the most, and that is when the hunted becomes the hunter. Just like You're Next. I may have ruined the movie for you, but that movie is like the prime example. When I'm watching a horror movie, I'm like, why didn't you just keep hitting him in the face? Crush his head. You know, that's what I'm telling you. Like this, You're Next is the epitome of what I would do. Because another thing that I love is putting myself in those situations and thinking about what I'm going to do. And You're Next is exactly how I picture myself, if I'm not being a little bitch, taking on the bad guys. Yeah, so You're Next, amazing in that category. Green Room, awesome. I love Green Room. I don't even know if many people know of that. It's like this neo-Nazi group that, this band that goes and plays at this neo-Nazi thing, and then they walk in on someone being killed, I think, and I'm just kind of trying to remember. I watched it last year, I think, a while ago, but and then they have to get out of this compound with all these it's good. I like it when people fight back. The fight or flight, fight. Love it. Another one is Last House on the Left. That's how I feel I would deal with someone who did that to my daughter. So that's I like those ones where the bad guy gets it in the end. And that's why I don't like Cult of Chucky, because at the end Chucky doesn't get it. Chucky wins. I apologize if I ruin that for you. I'll put spoiler alert prior to that, but yeah, that's what I love about horror movies. I love seeing the bad guy wreak havoc and then someone step up and kick the shit out of them. That's just what I love about horror movies. I could be wrong. Anyways, that's just this random ass video about horror movies, things that I picked up, movies that surprised me, and why I love horror movies. I hope I can do something with this video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I'm a rainbow draft tiger, rainbow draft tiger, rainbow draft tiger, rainbow draft tiger.